Let's swig some old good old sweet whiskey. Let's swig some good old sweet whiskey, okay? Let's swig some good old Kentucky whiskey. No, don't say it in a mean way, but this is what here we're gonna do. This is Grandma Wilkins. We no, this is Grandpa Wilkins. Hi, let's swig some whiskey now. I'll show you what it looks like. I haven't drank any yet. This is good old Kentucky whiskey here in California, Hollywood, USA. Hollywood, USA. And let me tell you this. I don't know if it's true or not, but I think I already met some famous people, and I'm going to talk about it. But I can look them up and see if they are the ones or not. But I don't know if I'm allowed to say. So I think I already talked to them. Just being here a few days, so it's pretty good. But good old sweet swig of whiskey, strong titties like that guy who had skinny arms and big body, the rock guy in the Never Ending Story. That's how fat as shit I look. Why would I ever wanted to look like that? I know. Looks like crap. Anyway, don't curse. Just open this up like the good old times, like it should have been in Virginia, and they wouldn't drink and party and stuff like they used to in the back country woods. Let's just pretend it's that way in California and Hollywood now. Let's do it in the Hollywood Hills and get my friends here. They can fly in sometimes and party in the Hollywood Hills, but not really, because I really just want my wife and kids, and I don't really party. I wouldn't even really party. I kind of would. Maybe I would. A little bit. But I don't. Let's open this whiskey up. It's like candle wax, but they don't have any of them rich old D-Lo habituals of it. They don't have any of that old rich old D-Lo habitual ritual of it. I don't. They don't have any of that old good old. This is real Grandpa Wilkins. This old Bo Weaver Wilkins. This old Bo Weaver. Well, I'm not that old. I'm 46. I'll tell you the truth. I ain't a grandfather. I feel pretty good, but I haven't drank any alcohol or anything like that. And so I did. I think I met a couple famous people, but I don't know if I can say it or not. And maybe if I'm feeling better and it's okay, it hasn't been appropriate to say or not. So I don't know if it's true, but I did. I have met a bunch of famous people just being in Los Angeles before, but I didn't think about it, or I saw them. Like I didn't think about. Wait a second. I talked to those people a little bit and kind of met them. Like, you just kind of see them around Los Angeles if you stay, if you live here, or come here for vacation. You could come here for vacation and you might see some of them. So I didn't want to go party, but it was like I was about to go into the bar downstairs and party, but it just felt wrong without Danica and the kids. It just felt wrong without Danica. I was like, why would I even do anything like that? So I didn't go in there, but if I drink this, maybe I'll feel a little bit better, and then maybe I can go downstairs in the bar and stuff. But they don't want me to film down there, so I don't know. I'll try to film, but I think they don't want me to film downstairs. It's like more private. It's really like pretty cool. It's really pretty cool. Like they don't want like poor people to just walk into the hotel, but it's not even that expensive. It used to be more expensive. It's a 4-star hotel, but it's still kind of expensive. Like I think I spent $600 something in two nights. so far, but it's because I ate a bunch of the. I don't know why they charged me 600. Maybe there's a deposit with it too, because it was only like $200 a night or something like that. $240 a night. They lowered the price this time of year or something, and when I went here before, it was like $300 or $400 a night. So it used to be more expensive, but now it's like not that expensive. So I'm staying here a few days, and I got an Airbnb until like May or something like that, or March or next year. I got an Airbnb, so I'm actually gonna either live in Los Angeles or vacation a long time while I work. Not actually vacationing, but I finally got a place to stay, so I know that I don't have to be like on the streets or something. I already paid for it, so I paid for it for the next, I don't know. So I have somewhere I can live, and I don't have to worry about constantly being thrown out of one little hotel at a time and given my credit card each time, and they're like, oh, it didn't work or something like that. You know, this time I have enough money. I tried moving to Los Angeles before and I didn't have enough money. I had like $4,000 or $8,000, but it ran out quick because I drove across country and had to get hotels and stuff. And this time I have a little more money, and I have a monthly amount of money that I get. So I have like money because I worked really hard this past year to get a little more money. And so I have money every month kind of from my house. So I might drink this whiskey. I already opened it. And I wrote to Danica, I'm going to turn this light on so it doesn't look dark. So I was out there today. I'd like to go out there more often. Hi. So, I don't know. I had to act. It's like so weird. Like, I haven't gotten to feel my best how I used to. Like when I was like, it's just weird. Like, and now I'm filming a low angle on my face, and like I know it shows my neck looking fatter and stuff. And I used to be really pushy about the way I looked, and I've left all of that up to God and Jesus. I leave that in God's hands. But I do okay with the way I look somehow. Like, I think when I get around people, I'm okay. But if I start really pushing it and working out and dieting, it's like then I have to act like I'm really old sometimes. But that goes away, and then it's like it's the way I act, and it's anxiety too. Because like if I was like really putting that much heart into like how good I look and how young I look, I think it's punishment for the sin of putting that much love into the wrong, well, not the wrong thing, but just like look, if you're trying to like focus on the way your nose looks or something, and you think not, it doesn't look like that, but like how they want it to like upturn a little bit right at the end, or just look just right or something like that. Like if you're putting all your thoughts and heart and love into the wrong, not love, but your heart and your mind and thoughts into the wrong thing, then I think it's kind of bad. So I'm just gonna drink this whiskey. Good old whiskey, big Tubs. Hey Tubby, hey Fat Tubs. No, I'm not fat. I'm actually like really strong, even though I haven't been working out for a few days. So but I don't know if I want to drink this or not. Maker's Mark whiskey. Maker's Mark whiskey. This is from Kentucky. I think you already read it, but I'll show it again. I'm gonna try to drink it. I might just swig it, or I don't know. I don't know who I'd even talk to besides. I don't know. Sweet whiskey, yeah. Sweet whiskey, yeah. Oh, that's strong. I don't really want any more right now, but if I can put it with Coke, maybe I can do it. I took a little swig of it. I was gonna get pizza, and I didn't feel like eating any food, and so I didn't get any pizza. Why am I filming from a fat low angle on my neck? You're filming from up here. I don't know. It looks worse. Hi. Hey everyone, I'm in the hotel. Oh no. No, it looked even fatter that time when I filmed at a real low angle. So, hey Corey, how's it going? Hey Corey, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry is mean. Anyway, check out the different kinds of whiskey. This one's Dewars. Dewars overseas. Dewars. And this is from Scotland. So that's somebody who's Scottish. Might like that. And this is all in Los Angeles, the drinks they had and have here. This one's from Cuba, Bacardi. This is Cuba. Cuba. And this one is from Austin, Texas. Vodka from Austin, Texas. Austin, Texas. This one looks really weird. This one has a candle wax on it and it says illegal, and it's from Mexico. I'm not gonna drink this one because I don't want to do anything illegal. But this one says, let me see if I can get zoomed in on it. Where is this? Where is the Mexico? Oh, there it is. Product of Mexico. Look what it's called. Illegal. It has a Christian cross. It has a Christian cross. That's one good thing it has. And look, it has like that's the funny one. I wouldn't drink it because it says illegal, so I'm not gonna drink it. This one says Dewars. This one's Scottish, from Scotland. I bet that tastes good, like Irish milk or something added to it. But I'm not Scottish. I'm Irish. And we're just American. We're American, and I'm Italian. We're American. Our family's American. But back 100 years ago, they were. And my uncle's Irish. He spoke with an Irish brogue, but my dad was raised in America. This one's from Cuba. I don't know where it says that. Yeah, Cuba. And I don't know what else. This is from Sonoma Coast County. Sonoma. I think that's California, but it says Russian River. This is some kind of Russian river. Sonoma, I think that's California. I don't know. Yeah, Windsor, California, it says on it. I'll let me zoom in and I'll show you. Windsor, California. That one's from California. I didn't want to drink that one. It said Russia, and my neighbor's from Russia back in Roanoke, but he moved. He sold his house. He moved. And this one, I don't know. This is just a carbonated water. I don't know what it is. And so here's the one that I got that I was going to drink, and I took a sip of it. I took a small sip of it. It sounded like I was drinking a bunch, but I just took a sip. See, it's like at the top still. Gross. Yo, Maker's Whiskey. Pretend that he's drunk, trying to zoom in. Drunk filmmaker. Hey, that's cool. It can do this in a live video. Yo, zoom on an iPhone. Kentucky straight whiskey. That'll get to you quick. I don't know. I had these earlier. Those are French. I think those are French. Oh, it's from Yo Play. and it tasted kind of crappy and good. Some of it was really good, like really from France, the way the vanilla yogurt tasted, and some of it was like tasted bad, so I couldn't eat all of it. And I got groceries. In Birmingham, so I didn't have to eat the expensive hotel food. I got these groceries. And that's all that I've spent my money on. Is like my house, investment in videos and films, stuff for my kids, and food. Hi. But I look okay. I look pretty good. I look okay, I think. I think I'm in okay shape. I'm gonna see. I don't know. Yo. I don't know what this looks like. Yo. Military 48-year-old shit. No, it just doesn't. It looks okay. I don't know. Yo. I don't know. I looked better earlier today, but I didn't get to see myself with no shirt on after I took a shower. So I was going to go party. He said it's probably diarrhea waiting to happen. That's what Corey said. Dave London. I am going to act in movies or film videos or something like that, and hopefully I don't just like die any day from some random somebody who knows, a helicopter starts coming in and going, oh, come on, man. And he's like, and he just, I don't know, who knows? Only God knows how long we're going to live. And he was like, yeah, swig this, cool, man. Put on your sunglasses. Come on, Tom Cruise, let's do that stunt. Come on, man. Yeah, cool, man. Jason Momoa acting cool in the helicopter. And I'm like, hey, look, there's a famous thing. Let's go. And then wreck the helicopter into John and it blows up. Jason Momoa's like, yeah, flying through the air. I know. Looks about dumb shit, boys. Look how fat this is. I'm 58 years old. Oh no. No. There's nothing wrong with 58. That's young for some people. I don't know how I look. Okay, I'm gonna turn the camera away. Get this whiskey. No. Sweet old whiskey. Candle top. And John, because he ain't going downstairs because I wasn't supposed to film it for some reason in here. That's why it's real cool. Like the Hollywood Times, they don't want you to film it. It's like an insider's club. And it's not that expensive to stay at the hotel. I don't know why my face looked fat for some reason. Because I had to look old. Because I had to, like, with all my heart, feel like I looked old instead of looking really young. Just didn't feel as good. Maybe if I get to feel better about being better and feel better. But I did, because I ran out there in Hollywood Boulevard, so like walking across the street, and like people were looking at me and stuff, and I didn't know if I was supposed to act like I was really old, and I was just like, who cares? And I just started running, and it was like my legs were hugely strong, and like I was in like super athletic shape or something. And then, and then I felt like really good, and I was like, oh crap! And then I had to act like highlights, or something like that. Here's what I had to look like out there. First, I looked like really good shape and cool and stuff, and then I looked like, well, first I looked like really cool and in good shape, and I was like, running and had strong legs or something. And then I was like this. Hey, hey, or something like that. Like I literally had to do that. Because it was wrong with my heart to feel like I was trying to look as young as I could. So then it made me like look like not my best now, but I look okay or whatever. I don't even know what I look like. So I'm gonna try to drink that whiskey, but I think I have to I'm gonna try to drink this whiskey. Maybe I'll mix it with this, a Red Bull. I think that's what I'll do. That's exactly what I'll do. Eureka, from Jack Skellington. Nightmare Before Christmas. That means I shouldn't do it. See if there's something else I can mix with it without it making me sick. I got kombucha. Oh, the guy who made kombucha lives in the Hollywood Hills, and I think he's okay. And I've never met him, but I think he's a kind human being. And there's milk in here and stuff. Oh, there's a Coke. I guess I'll mix that with the whiskey. Tell stories. I don't know. I'm just gonna drink like one shot of it or something like that with Coke or something, or two. Usually I don't ever really drink whiskey. Yo, because it's better than actually, It was either go party downstairs at the Hollywood Roosevelt with famous people maybe, and insiders in Hollywood, and cool people who may be some of the richest people on earth for all we know. It was either that, and there's like a guy holding the door downstairs. My uncle was the guy who held the door. This was some other guy, and my uncle settled down into Roanoke. He's a kind human being. So it's either go down there and act cool and like party with people and try to, make connections for making movies and maybe end up being like a famous person just down there right now, literally going down there right now. But it felt like I missed Danica and the kids, and it was like, it just felt like empty to go into there. This guy said, "Come on, you want to go in?" And I think he was somebody who has a bunch of money, but I don't know. And so I think he's a nice, kind human being too. And so I got to meet him, but I'm not gonna say who he is. And so I was like, I just felt like I want to be with. Well, I love my wife and kids, so why would I just be going there to start hanging out with a bunch of people and saying, I've been working at film so long. I mean, I'm someone who does screenwriting and all this stuff that I can make Hollywood movies right now. I don't just have a calling card short film. It's not like I just have a short film calling card. I have like entire movies. I have thousands of videos. I have award-winning short films that made it to the red carpet, the real red carpet, and hi, real Cynthia and the other people on here. And so the real red carpet and stuff like, being kind to others is what it's really about. What everything is really about is kindness to others. God and Jesus, kindness to others. So instead of going to the cool, fun party place downstairs that they're not really partying, there's, they might be eating food and, in the lounge at the 4-star hotel in Hollywood. Instead of going there, I thought, well, I'll go to try to get a piece of pizza instead for Al, because he likes eating like food that reminds him of New York, and he might come here. And so I thought I'd do something nice, and I went to the place to get pizza, but then I was like too late. I didn't get pizza, and so it was like the people's entire family who owned the pizza place were in there, and I felt like they're having a good time, and I don't want to bother them, so I just left, and I kind of missed getting to eat the pizza, and I was trying to be healthy and in shape, and I came home and I ate all these pieces of cheese instead, and it just felt kind of empty and not as good. And on the way home, I had to act really old because I went out in front of everybody, like on Hollywood Boulevard, and acted like I was like really strong with like really athletic, strong legs and like really good looking. And then after that, I had to act really old, like I had the oldest face and like gown like this and stuff, and just I can't even show myself. It just looked awful. I'm not even gonna show myself. And so by the time I got home, it was like ruined. I didn't look like a super movie star anymore. And I was supposed to, because it was for God and Jesus. I know In-N-Out. I know what the food's like at In-N-Out Burger. They have pretty good food, and you can get a vegan one too. Well, vegetarian. They may have milk in their bread. I've had the In-N-Out burgers, and they're really good even with no meat. Because when I was in Los Angeles, I was a vegan, so I got it without meat, and it was really good even just without meat and just the lettuce and tomato and bread, and it was like pretty good. That's how I used to eat the In-N-Out burgers. It had like no protein added to it, and it was still pretty good. And so I had this cheese instead, and so can you imagine? I just don't want to drink a bunch of whiskey, but I might have a swig. I might have some pieces of whiskey and stuff. I might have some piece on. I don't. Corey said something about something that. Well, I don't know. I don't even want to show myself, but I'm gonna show the whiskey. Show this whiskey as it pours. Pour whiskey from the old days. Dolly Parton's father used to drink this. No. Dolly Parton's father drank this whiskey in their old shack they lived in with all 10 kids in the bed. And the only way Dolly Parton could keep warm was when one of her brothers or sisters or little brothers and sisters peed. And it was a blessing that they peed. It was a blessing that their brothers or sisters peed, and there was nothing wrong with her bad ever in Dolly Parton's family, but it was some way to keep warm at night if the little kid peed and it got on them. There's nothing wrong with it ever, and that's the truth about Dolly Parton, and they're okay. I think it is. I hope to the good Lord, because I trust her, and she was good and nice, but she just, we can't judge anyone. We don't know if she's gonna make it to heaven or what. And so let's have this whiskey. Let's have that. I know. Looking for a glass to put it in. Let's put in this good old kombucha. Let's put in this good old. Oh, this one they probably don't have in the place where I live. This is a new flavor they have in California called Island Bliss. I haven't seen that one. Have you seen that one, Corey? Where we live, or you live, or where I lived or live? I don't know. I might go back there. I don't know. I'm probably not going to. I made it out. I was trying to leave. I don't know why. It was like it was kind of too late. It was kind of too late. I already chose to leave. I was too late on a few different things, and so I had to end up leaving and settling for a plan B because of the sin on the earth to live in California or something. Unless God changes it back and I go back home for another year. But I'm not going to do that because I was alone out there all this time.
Let's pour this. Pour like Dolly Parton was poor. Dolly. I'm gonna pour it straight in. You all pour. You don't know how to pour. Don't try to be too funny because you're stupid. You're not even partying with all the cool people and getting 400 people to watch it at one time. You only had 10 people watch it, and all the comments are still going by. It's okay. You're cool, man. You're cool, man. Whatever. Pat you on the back, and good old Jason Momoa's like, yeah, dude, pound this old thing. I don't care, man. He's flying a helicopter himself. You get in here, pilot. You drive this thing. I'll throw your body into it. Grab this thing. Come on, man. Jason Momoa said it right to his face, man. He's like, yeah, fly this helicopter, dude. I don't know. There's this fat guy that I met who was 500 something pounds in Virginia. I went to this place, and he was in there, and he was like 500 something pounds, and he was from like someplace in the South where he lived at his grandfather's house, and he was like, he talked like this and had this face. It just looked like a famous person, and he was this young guy, and he had like robbed a bank or something, and I didn't know he had robbed a bank, and I thought he needed somewhere to live, and I was gonna let him stay downstairs in my house, and then I found out he actually robbed a bank, so I couldn't let him stay at my house. And he went back home with he was like on meth or something, and he had to quit meth, and he was a food addict, and it was really heavy on his body. I think he was in his 20s or 30s. And he looked so original. I thought he'd be in the videos with Al. I thought like instead of Al, like he'd be in the videos with me. And then I found out, wait a second, he has problems. He was a thief, and he would have stole stuff. And so I couldn't let him stay at my house. And he was addicted to drugs. Hi. It's whiskey. How do I mix this? Oh, I already put it in the kombucha. Pour it on here. Don't ruin my entire phone. John talking to himself. He's talking to himself again. Sweet whiskey. Making his drugs, man. Making his drugs. Good old wax of rose. Good old wax of rose on the drugs on the coffee table in a November Rain video. It's drugs, man. Sweet old whiskey. Wax of rose in the snow. Not in the snow though, doing this. Oh man. Oh, my whiskey. Nope, don't make fun of him, because you don't want to dance like a snake and turn into the devil, because that be fat as shit. John, fatter than Axel, maybe. No, I'm stronger than Axel. See, I'm cool, man. Cool. No, I don't. Let's drink this a little bit. Now I gotta stay in the hotel room, because I don't want to go out in public if I drink anything of alcohol too much. Good old Axl Rose whiskey. Like when he was walking around without the snow. It's not going to be in the snow unless it's on a movie set. Yeah, right. It may. If I get my wife and kids, I'll have the energy to do any huge budget movie that I feel is godly and Jesus-like, that God lets me know, hey, this is good. And of course I'd like to, because I know how. And you just learn about how to do it and show up on a movie set. Any one of you can be an extra if God wants you to. and get paid and pay your bills and live in Los Angeles, just working as a movie extra. You just show up on the movies. Well, when the SAG doesn't strike anymore, if they're still striking, unless the good Lord strikes us down, I don't know how. Okay, praise God, praise Jesus. I hope to God all of you are okay. In Jesus' name, amen. May God bless this whiskey and Coke and give you really good things on earth and good people in your life, and maybe if you're not with people, to feel even better than if you had to do something wrong if you were with people. So it's better that you aren't with people. Praise God, praise Jesus. In Jesus' name, amen. I'll tell you what it tastes like. I'm about to drink. Here's this whiskey. This stupid ass feeling high and away in the shadows, looking worse and worse all the time. If I was out there and around people, with Danica and the kids, everything would be like, yes, everything's the best. That's pretty good. It's mostly Coke. This is pretty good. It's actually mostly Coke. Yeah, Corey's going, he's fatter than anything. I can't believe he's drinking actual alcohol. Why is he doing all this? Oh man, we're gonna put him to work next time. Me and Corey and John's parents are gonna be like, man, he's got to get to work. We're gonna wake him up at 4 a.m. and be like, come on, man, get. I don't know. Corey knows my mom and dad. He rented a house. Corey rented a house for my mom and dad. Ugh. I asked Corey if he wants to move to LA, and our kids can be friends and do famous stuff like acting, or his son would probably do like music, like playing guitar or something like that instead of acting. I don't know. His son would probably play guitar or something like that. I don't know. This is pretty good. I really drank whiskey right now, and I felt the way it felt. And it didn't even taste bad because it was mostly Coca-Cola. I usually try to not drink. This is like, I don't know, something different to do. Because, well, I usually don't drink. I don't know. Look at this. This is how the hotel makes money. Because they don't charge too much for the room, but then they look at this Evian water. I'm trying to find my here it is. Evian water, $11. $11 for that Evian water. And these ones, I was really thirsty and I didn't know what else to do, and I drank those, and they're $6. And I drank 2 of them, but I've been filling them up with sink water, and the sink water is really good. It's really pretty good. From Hollywood, it's actually really good. The water from the city is actually really good quality water. I mean, it may sound funny, but it's public water that's available to everyone that they don't have to pay for, unless they're at an apartment place and they're paying the water bill. You have to pay the utility bill, like in the city. Usually you have to pay a utility bill if you don't have a well. Yeah, it tastes pretty good. The water tastes pretty good in Hollywood. It tasted better than the Evian water to me. I think it tasted better than the Evian water. It tasted way better, the sink water. Well, see, because I think I had the best water on earth that I'd ever had. That was from the mountain where I lived. But you can find water that you like the best, like that's from like a special mountain that you like or something, wherever it comes from that you know. where you live. Something smelled right then. I try to keep looking. See the way I was thinking right then when I was filming myself? I was trying to film myself at an angle that I looked the best. That's what I was thinking about the whole time I was talking. That's what I was thinking about. It's pretty stupid, but I had to like not work at that, but it didn't come naturally. It didn't come as naturally to me like when I was like when I was a little kid. I was really good looking. I looked better. Everybody loved me when I was a little kid, and then it got a little difficult. And then I don't see what you are saying. 7-Eleven, 4 or 5 of those for $11. Yeah, that's why. They have free water here too. They have free water. I didn't know which one was which, because I'm not a witch. And this one is Evian water. That's $6. And then I didn't know, but they have all these. And the maid lady, the nice lady who works as a maid, brought in 2 more, and these are free. I didn't know they were free, and then she gave me 2 more, and I said, "Oh, those are free." Hollywood Roosevelt waters or whatever. These are free, but I haven't tried them yet. And I got vegetables and fruits and stuff. I got healthy food. Something smells. This old bowl of fruit. I don't know what. Something smells. Oh, these. I don't know. This is amazing. Oh, this is how much the stuff costs. Let's see how much the vodka costs. Where is it? Maker's Bourbon. Oh, man. Let's see how much it costs. 375 milliliters. Yeah. I don't know. 375 millimeters. Kentucky. Where does it say Kentucky on here? Let's make sure everyone knows Kentucky, USA. Let's make sure everyone knows Kentucky, USA. USA, boys, girls. Everyone lets you know that that's 375 milliliters. Not boys and girls. Everyone on YouTube. This is not for kids. You know, on YouTube they don't have it for kids. It's like not supposed to be for kids. Obviously, I was saying boys and girls as a joke. The audience here is like I think 13 and up. They call that like not children. So 375 millimeter. Makers, no. Please don't tell me it's a $65. Oh shit! Oh no! My dad's gonna kill me. Quick, get out of here! Quick, just jump out the window. Don't ever jump out the window of a hotel. That would feel like shit. You'd still live and be like, oh, man. And then he'd be in a full body. He'd be in a full body cast, and he'd be like, "Hey," and you'd live, and you'd have like a white cast on your entire head, and entire body. If you tried to jump out the window, and hopefully you'd heal from it, and then you'd be okay. But then it would suck. So don't ever try to jump out the window. And they make it so you can't jump out the windows. It's pretty good here. Oops. Yeah. Somebody farted. Standing on the welfare line. You see, it's my own butt when I lean back like this. I'm so big and fucking fat. I didn't even know shit. I just sat back like this and my butt so big, I was like, yep, it spread his butt enough. It smelled like a fart came out anyways. Fat as shit that much that he no. And his own fart came out of his butt just sitting down like, yeah, I ate so much food anyway, another fart came out. I didn't do that. No, it's not true. See, when you get big enough, that's what happens. You just keep on farting, shitting, and farting. And that's what happens when good old John Birmingham, like Johnny Knoxville, Tennessee, and this is Big John Birmingham, like Birmingham, Alabama, and good old country time farting and stuff like that happens when you eat so much big food. Cause you're a big country man. And it's just sometimes just sit down like, whoo, I should smell really clean and everything, but he's certified as shit that his neck does this and oh, that just looks okay. And then a fart came out and he was like, he didn't even know that he looked good the whole time. And then now it looked like he was like 52. Hey, boys, I'm a young man on the scene. Hey, boys, hey, I'm the young man mafia, fresh face, young mafia one. Hey, I'm young man. No, I don't know. And then he put it down. He was like, give me this whiskey so I can actually drink some. I don't talk that way. I don't talk that way. I talk like this. I'm 68. What? Oh, my grandfather would be 108 right now. I'm actually 83, and this is how I talk. No, he don't talk that way. Give me that Kentucky whiskey. I tell you one thing, when I sit down, my butt don't fart. I don't fart with my butt. When I make my own smells, when I fart, I drink his whiskey. Don't know what he's saying. His face looks like a chipmunk, so fat. I don't know what I do. Give me this whiskey. I'll teach you a lesson. Get the belt. That's what they're doing in the other room. Quick. Quick. Take your clothes off. Dance around. Bend over. Let me smell the brown. Come on, man. I ain't doing none of that otherwise. Give me this belt. Give me this belt. Oh, you smacked my own penis and it fell off. Detachable penis. That's what John had to do when he thought about sex too much. And he was like, don't think about it so much. And then he made it awkward out in public. And he had to act like, yeah, the whole thing fell off and incinerated so he doesn't feel it to the wrong person. And he had to think and he had to think that with all his thoughts and go, yep, it has happened. And then they said, yep, it is done. I knew it would. And they said, it's happening. And they said, like the devil, they said, I know it'll happen. Because I think that's what the devil said when he tried to be a prophet like God, who knew everything about the future and everything, because God is really good. And there's only one God, and he's real. God is real, and he's good and kind and beautiful and really good. And then the devil tried to be like him, so he tried to start pretending he had the abilities of God, and he thought it would conjure it into a reality. And he goes, and I think he said, but I'm not sure. This is something I think the devil did. He said, I know it'll happen. Like he'll have sex with somebody or something like that, like with Eve. And then he actually went ahead and had sex with Eve or something. But I don't know if that's true, if that's how they ate from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. This one guy in a place in Texas told me that. And he was scary to me. And he pretended he was a billionaire, but he wasn't. And he said his daughter was a porn star and she had $1 million. And he started frightening me because he just didn't know what he was talking about. He said he used to have $1 billion, but now he doesn't. And then I found out he was just a liar. And then I caught him lying on various stuff. And he thought I was like a military trained person because I'd wake up early in the morning and do push-ups, and I had to sleep in a bed two different beds next to him because like I quit all my meds, and my mom and Danica got angry. They made me go to this like mental rehab facility or something, and it was scary as anything because for other people it's not scary, it's fun because like people are walking around almost like, I don't know, they put them in gowns and stuff, and they're like guys and girls in the same place, and their doors don't lock, and so I had to like not think about anything sexual at all the whole time because it was gross. But other people were like, they thought it was fun being around one another like dorms or something. It was just really frightening to me, and it made it worse. It made any problems I had worse. It didn't help me. But it made me do God's work. And there's a guy in there, he said he's a billionaire. And this other guy, this kid looked like a werewolf. And it was from all these modifications he did to his face. His face were covered in tattoos. And I thought he was a kid, but he was in his 20s. And then I found out he had a child. And the whole time I was acting like being kind to him, like he was like somebody like Rowan's age, my son's age, because I thought he was like 18. And then I found, but when he first brought him in, I thought they brought in a weird werewolf man, and it was really frightening. He was in Texas, and he had tattoos all over his face, and he had these big piercings in his lip. And it like had a big. He looked like a werewolf. He looked like a werewolf because I looked in. He looked like a werewolf person. His ears are really long. His mouth had this big stuff in it, and his nose was really like. He did all these modifications to his face and covered in tattoos on his face. He looked like a werewolf person, and he was a kid. But then like I saw him sometimes, and I kept standing up for him. By the time I left, he just looked like everyone was treating him like he was like some guy in his 20s. He was just a regular guy, and I think he took some of the weird body modifications out of his face. And he was so determined on atheism, but he knew he believed in Jesus anyway, and I would preach the gospel of Jesus to him. And it was weird when they brought him in at night. They like carried him in on some thing, and he looked like a werewolf person. And then they brought the guy in next door to me, and I kept having these nightmares the whole night. And like it looked like there's this creepy hell stuff in there because I hadn't slept enough. But I don't see hell stuff at night. It's just because it was really dark in there. I couldn't tell what it looked like because it was so dark, so I was a little afraid of the dark. That's why I guess he looked like a werewolf, but in the day he looked kind of like one too, but not really. And some people be afraid of him, but he's just like a regular like 23-year-old kid or something, or some young man or whatever. He was like a young man. I guess he wasn't a kid anymore, he was a man. And it was pretty weird. Yeah, man, Jason Momoa don't give a crap about that. He's about 8 feet tall. Well, no, he's 6'7", man. He's taller than anything, most anyone. And he just fart right on someone and be like, yeah. And he don't care, but I've never met him in real life. I've never met Jason Momoa, and maybe some of us will get to meet him. He goes on tour. He has his own kind of whiskey thing or something. I think he said, I don't know. He sells whiskey. I don't know. No. I don't know. There's so many people who look like him. There's so many people that look like him. it's a little frightening when they try to look like a celebrity. I noticed that some people try to look like a celebrity. They sometimes try to make their face look just like a celebrity, like they think it with all their heart. It is kind of creepy and scary to me a little bit, and I don't understand why they do it, but it's like, then I see them acting like they're real themselves. But maybe it's creepier that I actually started getting famous, and people they don't I don't know if they recognize me or not, but they can tell, like they thought like I was famous. Like the homeless guy walked across the street, he could kind of he thought I was like famous or something just when he saw me. And then he was the only one I think that said that. I don't know. So you can't judge people on their sin or whatever. I don't know. I'd like to be more famous. I'd like to go down there, but I can't. I don't know if I can film it. It's like they don't want to film it because it's like kind of real Hollywood stuff, and they don't want to be filming cameras. But it's nothing bad. It's just a hotel that any of you can go to if you have like $200 something in a plane flight, for one night. Unless you eat a bunch of the free food here. But if you have $200 something in a plane flight, you can stay here. It's open to the public. But they prefer that if there are real famous people staying here, Marilyn Monroe used to live at this hotel. And if they're real famous people, they want some kind of like, security away from the general public so that random people don't come in and hurt them or something. And they don't want like cameras filmed of it and stuff. So I couldn't just film the whole thing. It was beautiful looking, this hotel. I mean, it just looks, I don't know, there's no hole. The hole would be somebody's death or a foxhole. It would be a foxhole. I don't know what that is. My dad knows about that in Vietnam, a foxhole. He was going to jump in the foxhole and some other guy jumped in and they threw a grenade in and it blew all his legs off. It blew his 2 legs off and it blew his entire lower body off this other guy because he jumped in my dad's foxhole before my dad could jump in, and they threw a grenade in and it blew off his legs, like right in front of my dad. My dad got 2 Purple Hearts, and I think a Medal of Valor. Not a Medal of Honor, but a Medal of Valor. I think that's what it's called. So he's a war hero, my dad. And when he got back from Vietnam, he was in his early 20s, and he had already finished grad school because he had started college when he was like 16. And he was a lifeguard before that. He worked when he was like 14 or 15 or something, or 16. And when he got back from Vietnam, he had enough money saved, and he didn't feel like investing, and he spent it on a 1-year-old Corvette. He had a really cool 1-year-old Corvette. And then my mom, when they went to they went to grad school after that, I think. Yeah, they went to grad school after he got the Corvette. And then that was in Oklahoma. And my mom they didn't have any speed limits on the roads back then, and she would drive to the school, and she totaled the Corvette because a like duck or something like that ran out in the road, and she swerved, and it did all these flips. And instead of sending an ambulance, and this was in the 70s, I think, the early 70s, yeah. Instead of sending an ambulance, they sent a hearse to pick her up. And she broke her ankles, the bones in her ankles or something. And she's really healthy now. It didn't affect her physical ability to walk or run or dance or anything like that. She can still kind of jog and dance. I know she can jog and dance. And she's in her 70s. I shouldn't have said her real age, but she's pretty good. She's in good health. And that's a weird story. She was driving a Corvette like pretty fast in the 70s, and she looked like a model because she was a campus queen at Brooklyn College. So she was a really good looking Italian. My dad's like favorite because he got to marry her and finally not be alone. Like he felt a little alone with my grandparents. Because, well, he was born in a farm in Ireland, and he had to leave his parents when he was 2 to live with the more well-to-do mother and father in America. And the weird thing is that my grandfather in Ireland was short. Well, it's not weird. This is beautiful how God made things. And because, well, God is going to adopt us into the kingdom of heaven. So my dad got adopted into a family who had more money. And his father who adopted him, who we call Grandpa, who's our grandfather, he was really tall. They're all Irish, the ones who adopted him, his real parents back in Ireland. And that's how they talked. I didn't talk in the Irish brogue or anything like that at all, because even my dad didn't talk that way. And my Irish grandfather here was really tall. He was like 6'3" or 6'4". And my dad ended up he instead of being short like his birth father in Ireland, who was called a wee man because he was little. He was short as like 4'11" or 5'2" or something. I think he was 4'11" or 5'2". And then the grandfather who adopted him in America was tall. He was like 6'3" or 6'4". And by being raised by my grandfather in America, who we call Grandpa, my dad grew tall also. And so they're both tall. My dad was like, or is 6'2". When he stands really tall, he's 6'2". I think he's still 6'2". I don't know. He may be a little shorter now, but sometimes he can be 6'2". He was 6'2". And my grandfather was 6'3" or 6'4". So my dad grew tall like my grandfather who adopted him, instead of like his birth father in Ireland, who was short, who was called a wee man. He was like 4'11" or something like that. He was an Irishman, and they had a farm in Ireland. And then my mom was Italian. She was really Italian, and my grandfather was an Irish cop, and he didn't like Italians. And I don't know what he thought about black people, but they were just like totally far removed from him, because that was like a different time. See, like when my grandfather rose up in the police force. I mean, he didn't rise up in the police force or any crap like that. I don't know what that is, unless it's just some cool song or whatever. But I don't know. And then and so my grandfather, that maybe just a cool song, Rise by Pantera. And I don't know how they did that from Texas. I don't know. But my kids, I don't want them to do that there. I'd rather have them live in Los Angeles with me or Roanoke than with the Cowboys from hell. Cowboys from hell. Cowboys. So what are we gonna call the name, man? What are we gonna call the name of the band? Cowboys. Cowboys. Yeah, Cowboys. Yeah. Hell. Hell. Hey, hell. No, Jesus will protect us down here. Lay down to hell. No, Jesus will protect us. Yeah, he's right. Jesus will protect us. Yeah, Pantera, boys. Oh, yeah. And I don't know who any of those famous people are. Like, besides Ron Jeremy, I met him. He was in my movie. A bunch of famous people I met here and there. Ed Asner did a voiceover for this public service announcement that I was one of the lead actors in. And Pauly Shore, I met Pauly Shore. He did an introduction for one of my short films, and a bunch of other famous people, but I didn't get that close to them besides Danica, who I'm married to, she's kind of famous, but she didn't get A-list. She's not A-list. She's not A-list. She's like just a YouTube. She's YouTube famous. So that's not like big A-list. Like if we, I don't know. Nope. So I don't know. We didn't get A-list, but we're kind of famous. So that means you didn't make enough money at it to retire, and if it's not paying enough right now, then wow, you save enough to even do much. You pretty much have to be really famous at it to pay your bills, I think, or have some kind of a lasting steady income where it just happens to not stop earning the money. You have to be really famous at it almost pretty much to make sure you have enough to retire. If you want to work in the entertainment industry as a famous person, you have to be really famous. So you have to get something that's like really big and A-list enough to retire, I think. But I know there's other people who just get by on like $30,000 a year or something like that, and they're famous. It's kind of famous. Hey. Maybe it just makes people feel happy to be like on camera. Or in a band, playing a band, or whatever they do that God wants them to do. Or I don't know. Yeah, whiskey. I'm gonna drink the rest of this. So I didn't drink much whiskey. This is all the whiskey I had. Hi. I don't know how great I look. If I really feel good and happy out there, it's pretty selfish saying, commenting on how I look. But I was showing myself on the camera. That's how much whiskey I drank. That, like, maybe one shot. I think that's one shot. I don't know. Maybe two. That's all I had so far in that Coke. I think that's all I have, but I'm kind of thirsty. I don't know. Because I don't usually drink alcohol. I don't want to get drunk. Oh no. Oh no. Don't do anything gross. Drink this. I can't believe this was $65. Well, I worked for 20 years and had enough to almost retire. So it's not that bad that after a really not easy year that I took a few days to celebrate, or not celebrate, but I guess you're never supposed to celebrate or something. If that's true, it just sucks, because I didn't even get to have a birthday party. So instead, I got all these cakes. I kept eating cake. And I don't know. I don't know what else to show on here. Let's do a cool camera trick. Oh, this is cool. Here's one of those cool iPhone shots. Oh, let's do a JD. No. No. I guess I better go stay here. I don't know what to do. Got it to a shitty ass little microcosm bullshit, small shit. I don't know. I got it to a small microcosm of me, myself, and Irene, and the 7 people watching. No, the 8 people watching, and maybe others. Maybe I'll come out of my turtle shell one day. Maybe my kids will be maybe they'll get to act like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I think they like that stuff. No, no. I was gonna do this. Kilano Bilano, yeah. No. I don't know what that means. That's what those jerk people think. They try to pretend Jason Momoa is not white enough. But then when they see him in real life, he's like the most big country southern cool man or something ever. And they're like, oh, we like you. They try to pretend he's like not cool. But he's like literally almost 7 feet tall or something. He's like 6'7". Or 6'4" at least. He's like, every time you see him, he's like really tall. He must weigh like, I don't know how much, but it's too bad. They say it's too bad. Like some people try to act they're better than him because they're like more white, but they can't because he's like so good looking. So it's like he pulls out. He was married to the girl from the Cosby Show. He was married to the girl from the Cosby Show, and they started a family. And now they're divorced, I think. But they may still be married. God may still have them married. I don't know. Or no, they're not married anymore. I think they're not married anymore. And I don't know what I haven't met him, but I don't know if I'll ever get to meet him or not. I don't know what he'd be like. There's some famous people who are like, they're almost like, this clown guy said they're untouchable, but I don't think that's true. There's this guy who's a clown, and he calls himself a clown. I watch him on YouTube. I might meet him. I don't know. I'm kind of tired of it. There's only so much you can do. Like, you don't just move to, well, you might live, I don't know. You might move to Los Angeles and get famous or something like that. But I lived out here I lived out here before, and now I think I'm moving back. I don't know. Just let it all sit there in the bed and don't even move if you can. Because you can. Now I just go to sleep. And so then I'll do this. Good old Jason Mohawk Momoa. Good old Jason, smooth, cool Top Gun style Jason Momoa haircut now. Yeah, man, good old wrestler in the back haircut.
Jason Momoa made his hair blonde like a wrestler. Yeah. He's real cheesy now and dumb. It's cool. He's like, yeah, man, I went to the South and there was like, dude, I heard some of them making fun of me and stuff, so I was like, I'll just make my hair more blonde. Who cares? Oh, shit, what am I going to do? Just made it blonde. And I was like, cool. And then, I don't know. And then there was like, man, you nerd. Now you're acting as like Jason Momoa, like as if you were him, but you're actually, your dad's Irish or whatever. And don't hurt him for being that way, but I'm pretty much, I don't know. I just sit here and feel good, like it's from a whiskey running through my body. This is gonna suck if people are like, man, why do you get to feel that way? And then tomorrow, like, who knows what's gonna happen? Oh, I found a place to live. This is really cool. I found a place to live. I'm not gonna tell you where it is, but it's somewhere in LA. Maybe. Well, I wasn't gonna say that it was in LA, but it's here. It's not home of the body bag here. LA, home of the body bag. Somebody said that in a rap song we listened to in the 90s, me and my friends. LA, home of the body bag. La Toine. No, don't say that. One of them was like gay or something, but he didn't say it. Name's just, he ain't gay. He'll kill you now. He's the biggest, strongest one. Just because one time he wore makeup as a small child, don't ever say that to me again. He's the richest one. And then, I don't know. I never met. I'm trying to think if I ever met a famous rapper. Well, my friend Bjarni knows Vanilla Ice because Bjarni is from Iceland. Bjarni was, this is stupid. I didn't meet Vanilla Ice, but I haven't met that many famous people because when I lived here before, I was going to school and making my own films usually at school, and we made some pretty big budget films. I went for indie films, kind of, but big budget for indie films, but I didn't socialize a bunch. So, I mean, I was at the school, like around other students, and they had some famous some people with famous parents, some famous moms and dads, like Malcolm McDowell. His son was at the film school. Malcolm McDowell, the guy in Clockwork Orange, and a bunch of other famous people. That was cool. I mean, he was cool. Malcolm McDowell was really cool, but I don't think I talked to him. I didn't get that close to him, but I got close. But I filmed his wife and the person who he married or something. Who she married. She married Ted Danson. I filmed Ted Danson. at the film school, and I have him on video somewhere. And I filmed Penelope Spheris at the film school. She directed Wayne's World. And then she said, "Are you filming?" or something like that. And I was in the back of the class. It was like a big auditorium, and I was filming. And she said, "Are you filming?" And she was like, she had anxiety back then. She didn't look bad, but she had anxiety. And she directed Wayne's World with Mike Myers. And she said, "Are you filming?" And I said, "Yeah." Or I said something, and I used to sound kind of like Keanu Reeves, like in the 90s when I was a kid. And I'd say, "Whoa." I'd say, "Whoa." And it'd sound like him and Jimmy Fallon. I don't know why, it just sounded kind of like them. And I said something like that, and everyone laughed in the auditorium. And then she said,
well, bring me the tape. And she gave me, and I had to like walk down, and I just walked down in front of everybody, and she like gave me $20 for it to keep the tape because she didn't want me to film her. And so many famous people, they used to have at the film school when you go. Well, here's where you can go in LA if you want to talk to famous people. They have these like you can take a UCLA extension class. It's available to the public. I think it's like it used to be $400 or $500, maybe $400 or $800, and you go to all these screenings or just go to a screening that they have random screenings around town. You don't have to pay for a class, and they have all these screenings, and they'll have like the producers of the film and stuff, and then you can talk to them after. Just go places around town and meet famous people or whatever. And then if you're an actor, you can start working as an extra, and if you work as an extra, an actor, then you can maybe start making friends with them as you get better movie roles and stuff. I don't know. Or if that's not what you want to do, you can just go here for you may vacation here or whatever. I don't know. Hey. I don't know. I'm going to put the camera out the window and show you Hollywood. The sights of Hollywood. Oh, shit, I didn't know it was filming me. I try to look as cool as I can while I film it so I didn't have a fat neck. So, no, I'm not old. Thank goodness. Oh no. I'm gonna put this here so I can sit down to that pool. Nothing down there. Is anybody swimming? It's windy. You want to go to that pool? Oh, I'm afraid to film down there. Is it somebody? Who is that? There's a guy in a chair. What's he doing? He's contemplating life. Looks like he smoked weed or a cigarette. It looks like he smoked. What's he doing? He looks like my dad who I don't know what that is. I'm going to turn off the camera. Bye. I'm going to turn off the camera. Bye. Bye. Well, I don't want to do anything sinful if like there's a young woman there, so I'm just gonna go. Instead, that's why I've stayed at home, I think. And it just felt wrong to socialize with others instead of being there for my wife and kids and alone with God and Jesus. God had me alone. But sometimes it's okay to socialize or to talk to others. So I'm gonna go. I might go out there more. I might work on movies and stuff. Okay, bye. Bye. Praise God, praise Jesus. Bye. Sweet haircut, sweet haircut. No, I don't even know what it looks like. I'm gonna go. Bye.